Back at TD Garden, I am Josue Pavon alongside Bobby Manning. Bobby, the Celtics will look to avenge that overtime thriller that happened here at TD Garden Friday night. It was a loss. It was, left a bad taste in people's mouths. Grant Williams was suspended, and now the Celtics will look to return the favor, if you will, right, when they head to Cleveland Wednesday night. And I can't help but wonder looking into it, what's going to be the end game for the Celtics, right? We saw what happened last time. We saw Luke Cornett playing in overtime. He nearly clocked in 30 minutes Friday, right? So what does he do this time around? Do you put Malcolm Brogdon in there? Do you go small? I mean, I've been in that camp. We were back and forth Friday night about, if the Celtics should go small, if they should continue to try to incorporate Cornett. I mean, has anything changed in your opinion? And are you still on the team Cornett instead of seeing the Celtics go small?
You don't even have to ask. I love what Cornett did in this one. He caps it off with the corner three. He's preventing shots, and what they want to do all along is prevent rim looks, and that works so well against the Cavs here. You might have to tinker with some things. Having Grant available for that game is going to be huge, unlike on Friday, so he'll eat up some of those Luke minutes. You can probably play Grant and Horford together a little more instead of Luke at that spot, but I do think you'll need two bigs on the floor, whether it's Grant, whether it's Cornett. You can probably sprinkle in Luke minutes to prevent Cleveland from getting to the rim if that's a problem early in the game. And then, you have all these different options off the bench. You fall behind, you could probably play Sam a little bit more. He goes 3 for 5 from 3 in this one. They just have so many ways to mix and match guys off the bench. And that's a real strength of this team right now.
And especially when they're playing defense at a particular high level, right? It may not be the type of defense we saw last season when things were good, but it's certainly getting in that direction. And that's something that Joe Mazzulla talked about after the show, or after the game, rather. I'm thinking of the post-game show. And he talked about that defense leading to those open shots, open threes. I like threes. I like math, he said. And I love how he put that, showing his bit of his bravado there, right? It's a bit of his swag, saying he likes math. In other words, I like seeing points put up in a hurry. And that's exactly what the Celtics did, knocking down nearly 23 points in this one.
Yep, big-time offensive performance, which is what we've seen, mixing it with defense. Right. This is the kind of Celtics that we need to see to knock off all wins against Cleveland and Chicago. And Washington's not a bad team. They look bad here, but I think the Celtics had a big part in making them look like that.
The next segment is also brought to you by Athletic Greens. Head over to athleticgreens.com/garden, where you can get a year's supply of vitamin D just for watching this program. That's right. That's athleticgreens.com/garden for protein, for gut health. I mean, all the type of things that everyone can obviously benefit from. And you don't have to use 3, 4, 5, 7 different supplements, which a lot of people do. I mean, Athletic Greens makes it easy for you. That's athleticgreens.com/garden. So let's look ahead, Bobby, real quick. Heading into Cleveland, I mean, of course, the matchups, how this team is going to respond. You have Grant this time around. What do you anticipate? Because obviously, 82 points from that star-studded backcourt it isn't ideal. So what happens this time around? And with the way that they were able to control or defend Bradley Beal, it has to be encouraging going into this matchup.
Yeah, the problem is Cleveland probably going to have Darius Garland back, so it gets even tougher. Another option.
That's true. That's a great point, yeah.
Another option, that backcourt can be dynamic. I think Cleveland's going to be a tough team all year long for the Celtics. Those two meet in the playoffs, you're going to have this clash of styles. Mm-hmm. Smaller Celtics, bigger Cavs. Those two big guys really put pressure on the Celtics inside, whether it was Allen posting up, Mobley facing up and getting inside for some hook shots. Yeah. And then, of course, you have these guards that can shoot like crazy. They're a little weak at the wing, but Karis LeVert's playing well there. They're thinner than the Celtics, so you're going to need a good game out of the bench, I think, when both teams' benches come in. And you're going to need your starters to really defend that backcourt, because 81 points from LeVert and Mitchell, that's a losing formula.
Right. Donovan Mitchell coming off of a 38 points in a win against the Knicks. So he hasn't cooled off whatsoever. He also scored at least 30 in the first 3 games as a member of the Cleveland Cavaliers. So he's loving Cleveland right now, and I'm sure he's going to welcome the Celtics with open arms when they head over for a rematch of what happened Friday.
Yep, definitely, and I love it. It's entertaining stuff. They'll get Chicago on Friday, another rematch of a game they lost. So this is a tough week, and then Knicks on Saturday, who have played well as well. This is the East right now. Right. Every team you play is pretty much going to be tough, save for Orlando and Indiana. Right,
it doesn't get any easier. And, of course, we have you covered here at CLNS. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. We have all the coverage heading into that matchup against the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Celtics now 4-2 in the regular season after this win against the Washington Wizards. That's going to do it for us here at TD Garden. I am Josue Pavon. He is Bobby Manning, and we'll check you guys out next time.